It is time now for the Rosenthal report. We still have not reached Andrew's level of excitement.
Incompetence.
But here we go. Jeremy Rosenthal, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, no, it's May in Texas, so I can provide the thunder and the lightning.
That is true,
for you.
Listen, we have had up here in our part of upstate New York, we have had rain for like the last 8 days and just heavy rain off and on. It looks like Saturday we might see the sun. It's just been so miserable up here. And that after a hard winter.
Thank you for predicting that. I'm sure it'll happen now.
Yeah, that's right. I just jinxed us. All right. We throw three topics at you. And you, with your legal degree and your legal knowledge, set us in the right direction. Let's start with topic number one. Paramount faces new Top Gun Maverick copyright lawsuit. What is this?
This is the second time Top Gun Maverick has been sued. First time they got sued by the original author. There was an article back in 1983 that I think they based the whole thing on. They sued, they lost. This is a guy who is a cousin of a writer who says, I wrote like the opening scene, right, where, and I don't want to spoiler alert this, I mean, but guess what? Tom Cruise plays a really crazy guy who's just going to buck all the rules and do funny, crazy stuff and things that nobody's ever seen before. He claims to have wrote that scene. Actually, it's pretty good evidence that he did. He's got contemporaneous emails and all that stuff. But what he didn't do is get anything in writing. So we've got a lawsuit and we want to get paid now. And you got to get these things in writing.
You do. And am I the only one that thinks that Tom Cruise is looking like a different person now? Like he's had some work or something?
AI?
No, it looks like 1983 or 1985 for me. You know, I mean, have you seen Kelly McGillis at all lately? She wasn't in the sequel. And Val Kilmer, God rest his soul. Yes, that or Tom Cruise is a vampire. I mean, it's either surgery or that. So
yeah, that's exactly something is. You're absolutely right. Something is not natural about his look, and the Val Kilmer thing was just so sad. I remember seeing him like, what? That's not Val Kilmer, and then you realize he had terrible esophagus or throat cancer. Topic number two. A judge released a Palestinian student at Columbia University who led protests against Israel's war in Gaza, was arrested by immigration officials during an interview about finalizing his U.S. citizenship. This one is the battle. This is the, and I argue with people. I try not to argue too often, but when people say, oh, you're defending a terrorist, in America, we defend pedophiles, we defend murderers, we defend even non-citizens. There's a rule of law that I think we're forgetting about here. But maybe I'm wrong. What do you think, Jeremy? Good morning on this one.
No, you're completely right. Look, when it comes to the First Amendment, my thought is this. What would they do to you for your opinions in a place like Rwanda or Venezuela or North Korea or Iraq, right? They would put you in a cage. And in America, do we do that? And look, if the shoe fits, if we're no better than those countries, then that's what we would do to opinions that we don't like. And I don't need, well, maybe I do, I don't know, but I don't need the First Amendment. That's the whole crux of it. Right. Which is, I don't say things that are going to get me thrown in jail. I don't say crazy things. I don't upset people. I don't piss them off to the degree where I should be, or somebody would want to put me in a cage. But if the First Amendment is just for people like Jeremy, it really doesn't matter, does it? Right. It's got to be for that guy. And he has been in America for 10 years. He does not have a violent past. He organized a lot of very unpopular events that had some violent elements that I think were out of his control. But basically, he got put in jail, and they tried to take his visa away. because they didn't like his opinions, and that's what the federal judge ruled. So yes, we defend your opinions here, and there's no ideas that are so radioactive that we can't deal with them, right?
Well, I mean, even in America, you can put a pillowcase on your head and march down the street and say some really terrible things about minorities.
Right. That's right.
It's protected.
And that's right. And a guy like me, a Jewish guy like me, will go defend you. And I would, if that person was only exercising their freedom of speech, as repugnant as that opinion might be, it's more repugnant to put that person in a cage because we don't like what they say. We're all grown-ups, and we can decide what they're saying is garbage on our own.
You gave me chills when you said a Jewish guy like me would actually go and defend him, because that's how important this is to us as Americans. I believe. That's my belief. And then this guy, Luigi Mangione, wants his state murder case dropped. Good thing he's good looking, because otherwise he'd be toast. Arguing double jeopardy in United Healthcare killing. What do we think here?
Right. Well, I tell you what. See, Luigi and I are cursed in the same way with our just handsome,
beautiful people. Beautiful people.
Yes. Now, okay, you're going to like this, because New York is a very, very, very special place for this reason. We have in this country dual sovereignty between the state and the federal government, and there is what is called a dual sovereignty doctrine that is recognized by the courts. That means they can prosecute you for the identical thing in federal court as they can state court. You generally don't see it with murder. Okay, you see it the one area where it's either or, typically in the criminal defense parlance, is child pornography. The state can pick it up, the feds can pick it up, both can pick it up. Now, New York State has a law. The states can provide more protection, but they cannot provide less than the Constitution. New York State has a state law which says if you are prosecuted federally, we will not prosecute you.
Okay.
So his argument about double jeopardy, it's not ripe yet. He's not standing trial yet, but he has drawn a play up in the sand, and it, in theory, could work. Now, I could also guard LeBron James, right? If I can keep that guy under 10 points, we're going to win.
Well, and I got to tell you, what he really would want here, he should be careful what he asks for, because he really should be looking to be tried by New York, because we do not have the death penalty. Yeah. Whereas the feds, they're going after the death penalty here.
Right. And I don't know. I think that's too aggressive of a play for the feds. I mean, capital cases tend to be the ones that you think of: shooting multiple people, shooting cops, killing children. Not that this murder was acceptable or okay, but you have all the mitigating mental health issues. In America, people just don't want to give the needle to the mentally ill. So I don't know that they're going to get there.
So Jeremy, I have a question on this one, because we're not a capital. We don't really have capital death penalty in New York State. The feds are going for the death penalty. So let's say this thing runs itself out in regards to it, and the death penalty is to be administered. Will that take place in New York State, even though we are not a death penalty state?
I don't know. I think if the feds are in control of it, it could be at any federal institution, and I don't know off the top of my head where they do their killings.
We'll send them down to Texas.
All right, we could do that.
Yeah. We got plenty of places here. Yeah, no. Texas would be like, hold my beer. We got this. Yeah.
Come on, everybody. Come on over here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. As always, Jeremy, we appreciate it. We appreciate the Rosenthal Report. He's a good-looking guy. Yeah. He's a good-looking guy, that Jeremy. All right. You have a great week. Thank you so much, Jeremy Rosenthal.